Yo, welcome back. Uncensored Locks. Yeah, I'm fucking loud, nigga. Raise the roof, nigga. The roof. I'm gonna stop. Alright, anyway, so today we're gonna talk about a very important issue that's close to your heart. You know what I mean? What is that?
Schools.
Schools. Young future generation of kids growing up to become billionaires like Jay-Z.
Let me say something too.
Talk to me.
It's crazy that I'm interested in this topic because I hate fucking school.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted. I hate it. But this is what we about to talk about is one of the main reasons why I hated school.
Alright. And when we're going to speak on this issue, we're going to get each other to point out. No back talking, no cutting in. Fuck it! For real?
Round one, huh?
Yeah, but you feel like a lot of curriculum should not be in school. For example,
Reason why, before I give you the, I'm gonna say, reason being, somebody like me, I had a short attention span.
okay.
You want me to sit behind a desk for 8 fucking hours out of the day, right? And you want to just beat shit in my head, giving me a bunch of books. All these things in these books is shit that I'm supposed to remember. And then you're gonna give me a test at the end of the year, and all the things that you taught me throughout the year, not one of those things is gonna be on this motherfucking test.
Right.
Reason why I know is because I done been there and done that. The shit done happened to me already, so I'm speaking from experience. So that's why I say a lot of the curriculum, it needs to be more focused on to keep the kids' attention, like on their focus on the fucking teacher. Because somebody like me, I lost focus. I start drawing in my book. I go play with somebody like.
Okay, you're not interested in
I'm not interested in what they
Right.
talking about. It's not fun. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I'm looking for a better word, I can't find it.
So
But
what you're talking about is called inauthentic learning.
Mm.
And it's one of the biggest issues that the school systems tried to fix a few years back and basically just remade the exact same thing, different structure. Inauthentic learning is basically that most of the learning that happens today relies on memorization and rote learning. Kids learn different, like you said, and one of the things is what our curriculum in the school system depends on is basically the system defines a set of knowledge that kids are supposed to learn and a set of time that they're supposed to learn it and the way that they're supposed to learn it, and that's measured based off the exams that we're giving kids to determine what they memorize, which isn't helpful because the day after that exam, how much do you remember?
I know, and
that
but
you
not
just took?
everyone learns at the same speed. You know?
Okay.
no one learns at the same pace. Nobody.
So, learning, like you were saying, when it came to being bored or whatever, one of the things I did when I did a lot of research on the subject was learning is a lot deeper than memorization, rote learning, and stuff like that, retention. But the only thing that we measure are test scores right now. And most of the kids learn by being lectured, right? These lectures, if you think about it, you're in school for almost 8 hours a day.
You are in school for 8 hours.
5 of those hours you spend being lectured. And if you're in the middle of high school, those lectures aren't even in the same subject. It's like lecture this class, lecture this class, lecture this class, right? So let's think about how dehumanizing that is for a second. You stick 30 kids in a classroom and tell them to shut up, don't talk, sit here and listen. 30 kids not allowed to interact with each other and learn in a way that may actually be beneficial to them while they're supposed to sit down and retain everything that you're spewing out of your mouth for 5 hours a day and pass tests in all of those subjects.
I think one of the main problems is we're using the curriculum from back in industrialized days.
Yep, so
back in the same shit from like 1918, bro.
Old ass textbooks.
We have outgrown those textbooks. And not only in those textbooks, it's not teaching the real history of what really, really happened.
Yo, that's a different subject. Don't even go into that. Please don't, because
We
that's
need
something
to topic on
totally
that.
different.
No, but I'm saying
Don't go into that.
Okay, cool.
Because that's gonna cause something else. That's,
No, but I'm just saying, like, these are stuff that we're not. All those old teaching, we don't teach it now. And not only that, but it's not. It's obsolete.
If you ask me, to be honest, history is that shit shouldn't even be taught. Period.
That's fine, but whatever.
All right, that's my
I
opinion.
think what y'all were saying with the textbooks thing, and I kind of get it, like what you kind of said to me earlier. we send out, like I was telling you earlier, we send our kids to school to so-called prepare them for the real world, which is changing fast as shit. And like you said, we're still running off of the industrial age. Now, when we say the industrial age, when they built the curriculum back then for students, they built it for people to go to school and learn how to work in factories, how to be quiet, how when the bell moves, you do this, that, and third. If you pay attention, kids go to school, sit down, be quiet, take out your book, put your book away, answer this question, read this paragraph, the bell rings, go here.
So they basically,
every aspect of their life is dictated. Now here's the thing, in modern society right now, the one thing that stands out is creativity, the ability to
just create.
communicate your idea and be able to collaborate with people, all is the same. Now, if kids are being taught to manage, not to manage time because someone else, a system is managing their time, how can they do any of that in the modern world?
The school system is broken, man, and that's like all the. You know what's so crazy, bro? The people that's run these things or that's the head of these school boards and all that stuff, in my opinion, are like older people. You feel what I'm trying to say? People who are not.
They're not in touch with.
They're not
today's,
innovative. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
and then not only that, when they try to be innovative, people, the people who have the power to stop them from being innovative say, "No, we're not doing that." You feel me? Like, there's a lot of stuff not being taught in school anymore, like home economics.
I think
you feel me? When you learn to cook and stuff
when you
like that.
when you touch on that home economics shit, I say like she said earlier, they're basically training you to get
To
up
real
out
life.
your bed
Right.
to go to work. Like I said before. So with that being said, since you're training these kids that way, why not have a class preparing them for a job? You feel what I'm saying? How to fill out a job application,
Or resume, yeah.
how to make a resume, how to
Exactly.
how like give a test at the end of the year. Like let's just say you have a job interview. Test me on a job interview. You understand what
In a
I'm
real world
saying?
situation.
Like in a
Right.
real world situation, and grade me off of something like that. On how would I do in the real world? My language, my mannerisms.
Yes,
I would
right.
even make it to where on the day of you're gonna have this particular test, yo, you even gotta get dressed up. You feel what I'm saying? To prepare so these kids would know, yo, when I go out, I even have a class that you should start saving your money. Teach kids early.
Economics, yeah, man.
Teach them early how to do these set of things. Since you waking us up early, have us, like she say, answering to a bell and you beating things in my head like I'm going to work and shit like that. Teach me like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Life skills. How you feel this?
So my comment kind of goes a little bit back towards that industrial style of learning. If you think about like school ceremony awards, most of the awards go to like best behavior. So
Best
our
attendance,
kids
so that-
are basically rewarded for following instructions, doing exactly what they're told, when they're told, and how they're doing. Like basically, you know. So this goes back to the industrial thing, but in the sense of like, if it was important for you to follow instructions and all that, what's going to determine your success in this world is basically how good you
How
listen
good you follow instructions.
instead of being your own person.
But isn't that what the world is now? You get rewarded now for how good you follow instructions, because it's not a reward, but police pull you over and you listen to them, you won't get your ass beat.
Or you won't get
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So, but like, isn't that what the world based off of right now?
Following directions.
Following fucking directions.
Facts,
When
so-
you're driving in a car.
That's
what
what laws are. Directions.
Directions.
So, I don't know, at the end of the day, man, that aspect of it is cool. I just feel like, do you feel like private schools are better?
No,
right?
No. Everybody should get taught the same way. You shouldn't have no special fucking teaching because you could pay for it. Fuck
Not
that.
only that, but not when you in private school, you know the state don't regulate what happens in the
Nope,
private school?
they don't.
It's all the same thing. But you also know that the public is also paying for the private school. That's crazy.
That's
as
crazy,
fuck, bro.
ain't it?
But we have no sense of what the private school
What the
can
private
teach.
school can
That's
teach.
yeah. Like, what's next, Libby?
Well, let's see. So when we talked about the kids, you know, each class is determined by a bell ringing and a teacher telling them go here, go there, eat lunch. Lunch is over, this, that, and the third. If you're someone that grows up with the desire of being in an important field, and you went to school with this mentality of everyone controlling everything. If you have so many things to run and you have your own schedule to manage, how do you know how to do the basic life essentials if the entire way from school all the way down to what to wear, how you can look, how you can respond. You have teachers who get offended when a student corrects them. And then back a little bit to what you said about the learning different, right? So I touched a little bit on how they expect everyone to learn the same thing at the same time in the same way. If you expect everyone to learn the same thing at the same time in the same way, why is the basics of being a human, finding your passion and your creativity and your thing in the world, but yet you're teaching everyone, you mass teach children and nothing different. And when they try to do different, the whole class does that different. So it's not different, it's still mass teaching.
Still mass teaching.
Which goes back to industrial age. Everything in our system is built around that, and when they try to break it down, they form a new system that follows the industrial age.
Yeah. Okay, they want to keep everything in the old age, in the old style. Everything is just, they don't want to let it go, bro. You feel me? It's like, we can't progressively change towards the future. Because I feel like in more school, it needs to be computer driven.
That's what I just said, ain't it?
Computer programming.
The issue with that teaching at the same speed, think about it. If you have a child that failed this test because they might have needed a day or two more to learn something, they're considered a failure, they failed the class, and they have to overcome all of this shit because they didn't learn it at that pace. Whereas they think about all the successful people, Albert Einstein, stuff like that, who didn't finish school and overcame that and became better than high school graduates and college graduates.
Right.
So
well, you see,
it's just not
they type of smarts. Somebody would have called them dumb. If you understand what I'm trying to say, they would have called them stupid.
Because we care about test scores.
Exactly.
Think about it. Growing up, I'm pretty sure all of us probably went through it. Did you get in trouble for having bad grades? My parents cared about that. I couldn't fail a test, but guess what? Just because I passed the test don't mean I knew what the fuck I was doing. I just sat at home and memorized that shit, and guess what? The day after, I don't know what the fuck was on that test. My dad asked me from school, what'd you learn today? I'd start making shit up, because I know I can't say nothing.
I'm gonna be real, I didn't do shit in school, but when it was test time, I passed that shit. Don't ask me why.
A lot of people are like that.
I don't do shit.
Like that, right?
And the teacher used to be like, yo, this motherfucker's cheating. He's cheating. I know he's cheating. So you gonna sit in the front. Put me in the front and I pass. You feel what I'm saying? Because like she said, you know how another way I look at school as a game. Like fucking, you know that game where you had to match the cards? Memory? That's what the fuck school is to me. Because basically, like, bro, it's like she say, they teach you a bunch of shit and it's shit you gotta remember. And when they give you the test, you gotta go through your Rolodex in your mind to remember the fucking answer for this shit. So it's like fucking basically a game room.
So what's the solution?
Yo,
Did you know in Finland, the educational system, they don't do standardized tests. In Finland, that's the #1 educational system in school. They spend less time on school in the United States. While in the exact amount, the same months, same time period, we will be in class for like, I think they said 12,000 hours of learning Finland, and the exact span is only getting 6,000, and their kids are ahead. On top of that, they spend less than half the amount of time learning in classrooms, but outdoors.
And I bet you that's because they ain't got no Wi-Fi.
No, they do. They don't force them to learn in the same way. See, one of the biggest issues I had in school, it was mostly math teachers I'd have this issue with. Not only do they want you to do this problem that they're giving you, they want you to do it their way. You have to learn it this way.
Because I used to figure out the easiest way to do math problems, and she'll be like, yo,
but you guys gotta work out a problem.
Yeah, y'all want to see work the problem out. What you mean? I just gave you the answer.
Everyone learns different. They're so concerned, prove to me that you can figure this out instead of actually trusting, wow. They did do that in their head. Because I am not the type of person to work out a problem. Every time you ask me shit, I'll have a calculator on my fucking phone and I'm in my head like, and he'll be like, just pull out your calculator. Like, I don't like writing down problems. I like to figure out in my head. Other people need to write them down. So in Finland, they figure out how the kids learn.
Best thing for them, right?
On top of that, to become a teacher in Finland, prerequisite to become a teacher is having a master's degree in general. just to even get into the program and become a teacher.
Wait,
Their teachers
I
are.
think the textbooks need to get the fuck out of school too.
Okay.
I think they need new textbooks.
Fuck a new
Updated
textbook. Fuck all of that.
But
Because another thing
kids
too.
need to learn how to open up a fucking book and not just look at their phone.
I think one thing.
Because if there isn't electricity,
But if you open in the
they
phone,
need to-
well, yeah. If it
I
ain't,
think one thing you
yeah,
gotta
you're
listen.
right.
How big is Finland? I don't think Finland is big as the United States.
No, but I'm saying if they took
The
those
same system,
examples
but yeah, boy.
and started trying to apply them, for example, they make it for even the parents. Kids don't start school till the age of 7 in Finland, right? But they go to childcare subsidized. In childcare, it's educators in that childcare teaching them. After the childcare part of them go to pre-K, it's educators in pre-K, not just running around babysitting, teaching them. So by the time they're 7 years old and entering school, they already have a foundation under them.
I don't know, man.
We have to pay for shit like that.
Yeah, true, but
They giving it to them for free?
They're subsidizing
But I
the
really,
government.
but I really think when it comes down to it, I may be wrong more the cases, but I think it comes down to the amount of people. Bro, we're
What do you mean? What do you
bro,
mean?
We're overpopulated like crazy.
That's
dog.
because our country cares more about building prisons than schools.
Look how much people it is in China.
Right.
And look how smart the motherfuckers are. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know, man. Different methods, bro.
It is different
And that's
methods. You're
something-
right.
if the United
And we
States
need
took
to
the
adapt
stick
new
out their
methods.
ass and looked at other countries instead of having this, we're the greatest and the best country that there is, and actually looked at, okay, this is where they're excelling, and this is where they're
Hey,
excelling, and this is where they're
hey,
excelling.
hey,
We took
hey.
that and put it here.
I don't play devil's advocate right quick. Are we?
No, we're not.
We're not, right?
Yeah.
No, we're
Do we
not.
have the best military?
No, because what Iran just blew up some shit yesterday, and ain't nothing happening
Do
yet.
we have the best military in the whole world?
No, we don't.
I think we do.
No, we
I
don't.
think we spend the most
I
money.
think we
with
have
military.
a lot of money
Bruh.
and we have a lot of power, but we don't have
But
the
how-
best military. It's the fact that the power that's behind us keeps the
But
other
how did we
countries
gain that power, dog? How?
by
You stole
invading
it.
places.
Hey, listen, man. Survival.
Stole it.
Survival, bro. At the end of the day, y'all let us know what y'all think about the school system, man. Like, share, subscribe. We out.